Mukaona, if you check all the residence ministers, Latino, I don't think they've ever experienced um, seeing people expressing themselves, yeah, in a peaceful manner, like in a demonstration. Most of them, it's new to them. And as the appointees of the president, they will do every trick that they can to make sure that they don't um, uh, allow this to happen in there. Because to some of them, they feel like if people demonstrate in my province, the president will feel like I failed the nation or I failed him. So I think for the generality of Zimbabweans, this thing of talking to the government through these demonstrations should be the norm. Like whenever we feel that we need to register our displeasure in any of the things that the government is doing, let's get to the streets. Let's do it until everyone in the government knows that it's within the constitution that people are allowed to demonstrate. Even there is a guideline in the MOPA that lays out how people should conduct these peaceful demonstrations. So it should not be a one-day event in a century where I think most of the people have forgotten that going to the streets it's another way of communicating with the government. It should be cultivated. Kusvika everyone akuziva kuti when people want to register their displeasure, they go into the street and do whatever they do. As long as it's peaceful, it should be allowed. And we should do this. Pese pangoitika a wrong turn, vanenge vachifeel like this is a wrong turn, they should take it to the streets and display that. Zvive normal. It becomes a normal culture. So only in the future demonstrations uchinzi there's people from the security sector coming to like um, threaten people who want to express themselves. So I think it's for the first time. Pesi patime kutaura pamaspaces apatataura kuti we lack these things in our country where people can come and display their displeasure to the government. Zvanga zvisiri kuitika, maybe out of fear or whatever, but I'm happy that for the first time there are people who are saying let's do this, and the government is already panicked. So it's a good thing for a starting point. But then I need to also look at the previous demonstrations, how they felt. Zimbabwe is too big. Most of the things are centralized in Harare. And the security sector is also so they have intelligence. Like there's another speaker who said he saw a lot of security people going to Beit Bridge. It's not like there is it has become a center of attraction because there is a person who was arrested there when he started displaying these placards in Beit Bridge. So they know that maybe Beit Bridge can be a hotspot, and the Beit Bridge people are known for being fearless. So you will see that there will be a high concentration of security personnel in the Matabeleland region. But forgetting that there is Manicaland, there is Mashingo, there is Maisendo. So these things, they should be done across the country. And you see the security people go back and sit to their cantonment areas and wait and see what until the demonstration is over. And many thanks to those that are trying to do it in Botswana and the other regions like South Africa. I think that should be the norm. If the government persists on trying to thwart these demos, then people can organize themselves across the borders and do it from those ends. That's my contribution.
Right. Thank you very much, for that. I do appreciate you, Mkoma, for that contribution. One thing, that I want to emphasize on, I think it is a point, that, you tried, to touch on the aspect of, panic. Whenever you see whatever it is that is happening with this establishment, bringing in these provincial, ministers, flanked by the security, personnel, it signifies institutional anxiety. That is what they are, demonstrating to them, they are saying that it is a sign of it is a sign of strength. I think that is what they're trying to prove to us. That this is a sign of strength that we are bringing in these ministers communicating to us, flanked by the security personnel. But those who understand what is going on, there is a masking of an underlying weakness in the establishment. And that right there, it speaks to the fear that they're having in terms of public, mobilization. They wrote this Cup 3 on the pedestal of it being something that has got overwhelming support, from the people, right? And so by them fearing to lose that narrative, or they want to control, that narrative, they will end up behaving in the way that, they are behaving, right now. And by fearing these demonstrations, they are they are thinking that it might expose political vulnerability that is existing within the political party itself, ZANU-PF. Because one thing that is that I can guarantee, not with 100%, but that I can guarantee, is to say, if whatever it is that is going to be happening tomorrow becomes a success, the fear is not the people that are going to be making this success, a success. But the fear is what is going to be coming out from within the establishment. The fear is from the within the establishment. So they are masking this as a sign of strength, but there are underlying weaknesses that they are trying, to cover, right there. But anyway, Dr. Nyati, I see your hand is up. Do you want to say what you want to say? And then I want to bring in, you are not invincible. You are not a god into the conversation. Dr. Nyati, please take the mic.
Thank you very much. Mukoma Jet, ndada kuti nditi pane zvada kuti ndiemphasize kuwana veZimbabwe. Nyaya iri kuitika munyika yedu ndeyekuti mukatarisa I think the establishment inofanira kuziva kuti payakasaina the Cape 3 zvavakaita vakatopressa uncertainty button munyika, and
Right. Dr. Nyati, I think I've lost you there. I can't hear you anymore. I think network you say. But anyway, let me move on to right. Let me move on to you are not invincible. Do you want to come through, please?
Ndinokukwazisai nemufaro mese muri pano zvikuona takawanda zvikuru. Yeah, I think this is a very good portal, and the conversations are very, very beautiful. Ichokwadi ndandakateerera vamwe vachitaura kuti the government iri kuda kushowa some power, but in reality hapana power yavanayo, because isusu vanhu tine power yakanyanyisa kudarika ivo. Even there are just a few guys who are parading with their monies and stuff like that, at which isusu mari dzavo hadzinei nesu, because hatidyi kumba kwava vasada chero shuga chaicho. Handifungi kuti pane mumwe wedu panapa akambozorwa kana teaspoon yeshuga. Saka isusu sevanhu tinofanira kurespecta mabasa, tisarespecta the self-given power, because vese ava ZANU-PF have given vakazvipa that self-given power isinei nesu. That's hence ndokuzoactivata this Cape 3 isingatibatsiri nechunhu. Saka in reality, inini what I think it's very important for isusu tese kuZimbabwe, because one thing that I need to say is kuti kana imbwa ikapfeka dewe reshumba inofanira kutreatwa seshumba, whether yes, inofanira kutreatwa seshumba. So to everyone, nevamwe vese nesu tiri mustreet meya, the police and the army vachauya vachida kuti intimidate. Some of us tichava intimidated zvechokwadi, but this revolution, if we fail this revolution, then we will be slaves forever. Saka, in this revolution, there is no room for failure. Kwatiri ma citizens. There is no room yekumbofungidzira kuti, because vana Mnangagwa avana, when you show force to them, they vanouya ne power. And if you give them a chance, yekuti vambofema mbijana, then you see slavery on its own. Saka isusu, as we are, toda kuti tikurudzirane chaizvo zvokuti in any revolution there are so many things zvinoitika ipapo. In any revolution, for peace to prevail panotanga hondo, because kana pasina hondo hapana peace. Umwe anongoita zvaanoda, sezvatiri kuona neCape 3 yekuti hauna kana hanya nevanhu. If imagine kana vanhu vachiita macelebration yekuti thank you makatibvumira Cape 3, inoita macelebration anodarika kana mameetings akaita vanhu nyika yese. What zvinoratidza kuti chizvo zvoratidza kuti dherera ZANU-PF yakati dherera, because maZimbabwe ese vanhu vari very peaceful. MuZimbabwe tiri vanhu vari very peaceful, who mind kuti nyaya yedu atoita sei, vana zvakadini, mhuri yedu tingaichengeta sei. Ndo zvinhu zvataishuvidzira zvataida from the beginning. But because of that, this junta yakatotiona kuti ava vanhu vamazungairwa tinogona kuvaita yese yatinoda. Tikavati 10 left, unotongoiswa kuleft. Ukanzi right, jump, how high? Saka isusu we cannot create a dynasty benefita vanhu vatatu for the whole country, ine vanhu vakawanda kudero. Imagine any country iri successful. Hapana country iri successful yekuti everyone, inini newe tichifanira kutengesa matomati, tichifanira kuita something, tinofanira kuita minimal jobs zvokuti tiwane madhora ne$10 yekuti tingorarama off for that week. Hakuna country yakadero isina kana banking system. Country yekuti isusu tinofanira kutevedzera Cape 3 yavakaita, if ivo vasingatevedzeri kana even constitution ya 2013 hapana anoitevedzera. They show force, they abuse people, vanorova vanhu, vanouraya vanhu, vanoita zvinhu zvese zvavada. Zvirimo muconstitution iyo ya 2013 kuti no, you can't do that. But even they do it. So why should we accept kuti isusu tinofanira kutongwa neconstitution yekuti vanhu havateveri kana constitution yacho? So isusu sema-citizen, we cannot do it. It's very important for all of us imo muno mugroup takawanda chaizvo yekuti tikurudzire chero vari kumamusha kwese kuti taakutofanirwa kuchinja maitiro ezvinhu munyika, ndokuti tikwanise kuwanawo upenyu hwakanaka. Nokuti hazvifadzi ukaenda kumamusha kuya vanhu vekumamusha kuya vanotoraramiswa naMwari. Isusu taitiri mumazvitown tichiwana ma$5, $10, $20 titori nani, vanoraramiswa naMwari. Vanhu vekumamusha vanosvika pekuti munhu dhora chairo pamwedzi hariwani. Now that kind of situation cannot be allowed to continue. It is very important also for all of us kuti tizive tichamacha tese and tikurudzire vanhu kuti ngavaende onto the street to march. We are so many, 17 million people over chero even security personnel yacho inenge ine vanhu, at which I know kuti it's a lie. Zimbabwe haina security personnel inosvika 400,000. Vanovabhadhara nei? Because the country is being looted. How are you going to pay all those workers as security agents? Hatisi kutaura maticha, madoctor and all those things vanoshandira government. Tiri kutaura only security personnel. Security personnel ishomasa stereki. They parade, vanouya kunana Bedbridge uko vachiparade with some few cars, 5 cars, to intimidate people. And this time around, we can't be intimidated by that. It's very important kuti in any revolution, if mapurisa kana masoja akada kushowa force, isusu what we want a peaceful march. Yekuti ti raise ma concerns kuti no, this thing we don't like it. But it's very unfortunate kuti ZANU-PF has always been violent since 1980 up to now. And it shall show a force to the citizens who are peaceful marching. And when they show force, I think in this day and age, we all know kuti munhu akakorwa mbama zviya zvemubhaibheri zvokuti kwaisa rimwe dama zviya ndezvinema. It's a lie. An eye for it. Munhu akakorwa mbama izvezvi, so tiri pachedu panapa. Akakorwa mbama, I can tell you kuti mangwana chaicha unenge uri kuchitokisa wamubvamburudza bvamburu. Saka it's very important kuti if the security forces izo dzinoda kusupporta Mnangagwa, because that support is inoti enslaver. It's that support which is coming from those people inoti enslaver. Although those people are my brothers and sisters of ours, it's very unfortunate that even the brothers and sisters of ours, ameno doctrine yavanodzidziswawo zvavo kana vari kwavanenge vari yekuti you rather intimidate your own brother, you kill your own brother and sister to protect one family isina kana hanya newe because uri kungotambura sezvinoita. So sorry about that phone call, but then
no, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we're still here. We're still listening.
Yes. So it's very important kuti tisava intimidated, because when we say in any country like the brother was saying, kuti imagine if Ian Smith had said, kuti no, you guys, you can march the way you want, you can say people were brutalized by that time by the government. Saka is the same times that we were brutalized by our own government. The only difference there, this time around, they are black people, but they are still doing the same thing. Ian Smith of abusing the citizens of Kuluta. You know, it's for me. I feel it's very unfortunate because I know what is ZANU-PF. This thing you could create a one-party state from 1980. They had challenges. The Vangai say into the scene, but then I think this time we can actually push our agenda into play. But even China actually in a one-party state, if you still you are killed. The state will kill you for stealing, for looting. But because Zimbabwe, if you still not operate mangwana chaicha unengori frontline newspaper, you don't say the billionaire ningi. Because akuna in any business line aunoita yekuti washana nesimba rako and then unongoita uchingopa munhu angoti kwanzi mukuru wemazuva watopiwa $200,000 umwe ataura kuti makachena nhasi wapiwa $50,000. There is nothing like that. Zvinoreva kuti imari inenge isiri yavo, havana kana hanya nayo mari iyoyo, because it's coming from us. And besides, one of the facts that people need to understand is that Mnangagwa is not a leader of Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is a representative of Zimbabweans. He's the person anotoshandira anofanira achirespecta the general population. He works for Zimbabweans. So this thing yekuda kuzviita king what, because vanhu vakuisa pa position iyoyo, and then now you want to act as if you had the powers to be there by yourself. There is nothing like that. So it's very important kuti if it is possible for all of us, I know it's very important to flood so that to flood the whole XE, so that even the world, because when you trend, the world actually recognize the trending situation, so that they take interest in our cause. If we let this continue, if we fail this opportunity, like one of the gentlemen who was speaking, this is our time, this is our opportunity. If we let it slide, that Mnangagwa, ano is a makamboona nyoka itasonge yakambijana so. And then if you see Chitika recently, they would go around commissioning this, commissioning that, as if everything is normal. Why was he not commissioning all those things from 2017? Wazotanga commissioner nekuti waona kuti pavane resistance, people they don't want this. He has always used that thing yekuti vanhu vanokangamwa. And let us all not forget. Let us all not forget, because zvinoitwa neMnangagwa, the Mnangagwa regime ndekuti vanodzivaidza vanhu. They will create a scenario whereby you will think they are very good guys. Vauya vachicommissiona chibhorani, vacommissiona chichichi. In any country, andisandamboona president achicommissiona such useless things. They are commissioned by councillors zvakadero. So it's a way yekuti isusu tive neperception yekuti munhu maybe zvaakuda kuita zvinhu zvakanaka zvisingaiti. But in return, in the long run, tino abusiwa. That man is an abuser and he can never change. Tinotenda zvikuru.